Yo guys, what's good? Welcome back to another video. And this video I'm bringing you today is about the Modern Warfare patch that dropped yesterday. So as always, I'm going to try and keep these videos nice and quick and concise and just keep the information boiled down to what you actually want to hear. So as always, I'm going to leave a link below in the description to the full list of all the changes. So let's jump straight into it. So starting with multiplayer, we got a new playlist which is called Realism Mosh Pit, and that contains Domination, Hardpoint, Headquarters and Kill Confirmed. So for those that don't know, Realism is kind of like hardcore where you have no HUD. This is going to be a headshots do a one-shot kill, but it's still the same damage to the chest and below. And they've also added the gun game playlist, which I think is a fan favorite return from the previous Call of Duties. So that's 18 levels of random guns with random attachments, and obviously first one to the end wins. So then there's just a load of general fixes, which are kind of like bugs of this not appearing or some models or some like kind of little things like that. But one of the ones that I want to highlight out of the general section is the footsteps. So it says here in the patch notes that footsteps adjusted volume and sound type for players crouch walk and walking while ADSing. That's interesting now. So when you're crouch walking, you're pretty much inaudible. When you're ADSing too, you're very hard to hear. So that's going to make stuff interesting on game modes like Search and Destroy and Cyber Attack. And then a few fixes for private match. The one here that should probably be highlighted is that you can disable the spawn camera. So that's like, you know, when you die and you respawn, you kind of get like an overview on the map. You now have an option to turn that off in private matches. And moving on, we got Killstreaks. I'm not going to get into that. Again, the link is going to be below. So if you really want to read all the patch notes, you can read through it yourself. And underneath that, we got Call of Duty League. Again, I'm not really too big into the competitive scene, so I won't be getting into that. But now we got one life mode fixes. So that's kind of like obviously on Search and Destroy, you know, when you die, you can't respawn. Or on Cyber Attack, you know, when you die and you're waiting for the revive, and especially on Gunfight as well, where you died and the camera kind of stood on your body, so you can kind of call out to your teammate if the enemy was still in that area. And it was just kind of like game breaking because the camera was there for a good 5 to 6 seconds, so you could literally call their whole next play. But it's all good now because that's all been fixed, so you should be good on the one life game modes. And then some more fixes to progression, challenges and missions. Still people having some errors, they couldn't activate the mission or they weren't getting their rewards for finishing it. But hopefully now that's all been fixed, so we shouldn't be seeing any more of them. Now moving swiftly onto the weapons, so just a few general fixes for the rocket launcher and Model 860. Camos are not unlocking or tracking properly. And now we got the SCAR. So the SCAR got a buff in its ADS time, reduction to barrel and bipod grip penalties. So it'd be interesting to see if that gets used more in the rotation. Another one they added was to all the sniper scopes that have scope glints, now say in the description while you're putting it on that enemies can see your scope glint. And referring to scope glint, the P90 and the ring sight had a glitch where this is not a sniper scope at all, but you would still have a glint on that gun, giving you away from across the map. But now that's been fixed. Kind of a cool change as well that they introduced is thermal scopes are now able to see through smoke grenades. So this is going to be cool, like let's say if you're playing domination, you can throw smoke onto B, your teammate behind you with a thermal scope can cover you while you're just on the point capping the flag. So it'd be cool to see if this gets used more in the meta or more in rotation. So that's kind of all the important ones done from the weapons. Now moving on to leaderboards and combat records. Obviously this sounds quite boring, but there's an interesting one here that says added CTF and hardpoint into combat records. So this probably means that capture the flag's coming into the game quite soon, which I kind of look forward to because that's a good game mode to play. It's quite fun, it's fast paced and it's really competitive. But anyways, moving on from that, so there's a few changes to the audio. There's different voice chat options now, so characters in the game, you can add effect to their voices. The SAS radio effects you can bring into multiplayer, so your player's voice chat will come through like in a walkie-talkie, that kind of stuff. A few changes to Spec Ops and Survival, and at the bottom it's PC, which has several fixes to prevent crashes and improve stability, and yeah, just a few general changes. Now if you ask me though, so I play this on the PC platform, right? I had a 20 gig update. I was looking forward to it. I didn't read the patch notes until after I installed, so I was like, okay, I'm hoping for a few big changes here, gameplay, spawns, that kind of stuff. I played one game before reading the patch notes, and to be honest with you, I really wasn't impressed. I mean, 20 gigabytes worth of download, and it's more primarily based on Spec Ops and that kind of stuff. Come on, Infinity Ward, you've seen all the GIFs, you've seen all the pictures. There's so much more stuff that needs to be fixed. It's small little bugs, like when you're playing Headquarters, it still says in your screen defending Headquarters, when you're nowhere near it. There's small bugs like that I think need to be addressed first before you start moving on to fixing Spec Ops or adding new missions or this and that. Now, I'm not here to flame the game. I'm enjoying it. It's still good fun. I'm not gonna, you know, just give hate on this game, but I'm just trying to highlight that I think there's still more smaller bugs that need to be targeted instead of adding new missions to Spec Ops or you know, just stuff like that. That's extra that doesn't need to be there yet. But that's just my opinion on things. I just wanted to get it out there, and I wanted to see if anyone kind of agrees with me that they really need to get these smaller bugs before they start moving on to adding new missions or whatever. Nonetheless though, with that all being said, I'm still enjoying the game. It's still good fun. So I appreciate you watching this video. I hope I kept it small and concise and just gave you the things that you wanted to hear. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.